All right, as we were saying a few minutes ago, we are less than 2 weeks away from the general election. And a recent poll done by the Seattle Times, King 5 and UW revealed 16% of voters are still undecided in the governor's race between former Congressman Dave Reichert and Attorney General Bob Ferguson. Let's send it over to Marissa Rio again now, who's been gathering questions from some of these undecided voters all week.
Yeah, we asked undecided voters in Washington's gubernatorial race to send us questions that they had for both candidates. These here are the questions that we received both on social media and by email. I asked both candidates all of these questions. Some of these we've reported on in previous stories, but one question that was sent to us that we haven't yet covered: how will you increase access to affordable health care? Here's how each candidate responded.
We need to create more private-public partnerships within the healthcare system. And then thirdly, I think that the technology we have today allows us to have a more robust telemed system. And I think we need to invest some money in the telemed system.
Reichert says he would also work to address the shortage in medical professionals by giving middle schoolers the option to learn about the industry. Bob Ferguson's answer: we need to preserve the Affordable Care Act.
And we need to make sure that we're preserving access to health care all across our state. Something I heard in going to all 39 counties as part of this campaign was individuals, especially in more rural communities, not having access to health care. And that's something that as a state we need to make sure we're looking at and we're investing in and preserving.
We also asked the candidates how they feel about election integrity, a concern for many across the nation, especially here in Washington, where we vote by mail.
Study after study shows Washington State's election system is strong. So, those are the experts who review it. We do hand recounts. We just had that in our lands commissioner race in the primary. There was a hand recount that came out, I think almost literally, to the vote to what the count had been.
During the primaries and the race for Commissioner of Public Lands differed by 10 votes when looking at the original machine count. That was out of over 790,000 votes total. Reichert feels we have one of the best systems in the world when it comes to election integrity, though he says more can always be done to ensure accuracy.
I think there needs to be an audit on the system after each election to see whether or not there have been mistakes, if there are glitches in the system.
Reichert says there can also be better efforts to make sure we aren't sending ballots to deceased people, although that is a rare occurrence according to the Associated Press. It's also important to note that in Washington, each county does conduct a post-election audit after every election. You can look at our previous coverage on both of these candidates on our website at kxly.com. In studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.